What's going on, guys? This is Boss. Welcome to another battle replay video, and this is a battle between me and Romulandwag, and he's a very good player and he's using Wood Elves in this particular matchup, and for me I'm taking Tomb King. So let's go over my opponent's army first. So he's got a very solid army here, as you can see. On the left side there were one white riders and one sisters of the throne. There's one dryads at the front, one war dancer as well spears, and 3 normal war dancers. And at the far back there were 2 internal guards as well. And then these are with shield or with not shield? With no shield, alright. And then he's got 2 way watchers as well. And he has a spell Sinner Life with Regrowth, Earthblood, Knife Bloom, pretty standard stuff. He's got Dare Through as well, with a lot of spells. Alright, let's see. So Dare 3 has 20% physical resistance on top of 100 armor, so that's very good. 15% missile resistance. He's weak to fire, of course, as a tree man. Causes terror, causes fear, charge defense against large, encourage, and he can hide as well, which is nice. He's immune to psychology, of course. He has a frenzy on himself. Wow. So he took Wild Heart, Blessing of the Ancients, White Form, Flock of Doom, Foeseeker, and Sword of Death. So Dare Through is really packing a punch here. Alright, so let's see my army. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 normal tomb guards, just spread out. I have 1 and 2 skeleton spearsmen. I have 1, 2 and 3 skeleton, 3 skeleton spearsmen and 2 tomb guards with helps. And then I have 2 catapults. And the leadership consists of Cetra, the imperishable, with okay, let's see his spells. Cetra has 22% physical resistance passively, but he only has 80 armor when he's on foot. He has 15 missile resistance. He's also weak to flame. He causes fear. He has charge defense as well. He encourages people. He's undead. Alright, so I took the Curse, the Restless Dead, Unyielding Will, the Crown of Lehekhara, the Crown of Lehekhara. I have Invocation of Cursed Blades, Neru's Invocation of Protection, Wrath of Tra, the Blessed Blades of Pra. Alright, so that's pretty much it. And I also have a Naked Tomb Prince on foot as well, protecting that nice Guardian buff. And that's it for my army. Now, let's see how this plays out. Alright, so right now we're just staring at each other, figuring what the opponents brought. As you can see, these guys are hiding as well, so he has no idea what else I got. And also the bulk of his army is hiding here as well, so I can't see what's going on there either. But soon he's gonna attack because he got no artillery and I have 2 pieces. Right, let's speed up a little bit. he's creeping forward with calves, and calves still hiding as well. And then he's moving with his bulk, his infantry bulk. And that was a good hit, I would say. Alright, soon there will be some action going on. Alright, so as you can see, Romulan is very smart. He's very good at utilizing this piece of forest terrain here to just cover the advance of his infantry, because some catapult shots might just get absolutely blocked by those trees. And here he used the Sisters of Throne to get a nice charge, I should say. And I'm responding by sending in those spears, but unfortunately I don't think they're gonna catch them. And here, as Tomb Guards, you can either brace it or counterattack, countercharge. But the thing is, your charge bonus is so low, so I should say maybe just sit here, brace it would be the best option. But as you can see here, I took a lot of damage on that. And also I cast the invocation of Cursed Blades on them as well to hopefully do some damage back to the Sisters. But the Sisters has like 50% physical resistance or something. They are very tanky. So yeah, as you can see, they took barely any damage in return. Alright. And soon there will be another charge from the Wild Riders. This is very good move from my opponent, because I have no cav and I didn't bring any archers, so these guys are pretty much just free in a sense to those charges. As you can see, there's another charge going in, and those Wild Riders really bashing down my Tomb Guards here. As you can see, catapults are still firing, but didn't really do much damage. Actually did okay damage on those War Dancers. Alright, I casted a physical resistance buff, but Romulan noticed that, he just pulled out immediately. But I think he stayed a little bit too long. As you can see, those Wild Riders and Sisters actually took some damage. And then I did something as well here. So I replaced those two Tomb Guards with Tomb Guards helps and Skeleton Spears. What's good about these units is they can embrace the charge, and they took no charge damage, which is nice, of course. Alright. So my catapults actually did okay damage on this War Dancer unit. And there's another volley, completely missed. And Dryads are coming in. I'm counter-charging with my Tomb Guards. And here, as you can see, I want to comment on here as well, because I replaced my front one, the normal infantry, with my helps and spears. As you can see, he's very smart. He's using two War Dancers to just charge straight into those spears and helps as soon as I replace them. So what's good about War Dancers is they can just shred those halberdiers and spears like in no time. And because I just replaced it, and there's pretty much no time to replace back, right? So this is a very good engagement my opponent is taking here. And Waywatchers are firing at my catapults, which is also not good. Let's see, those catapults shots also missed. And then I'm pushing in with those Tomb Guards, trying to return some damage on them. And this is very brutal. As you can see, the charge absolutely just murdered my Tomb Guards helps and also my Skeleton Spears. Now the Big Daddy Dirthu coming in, and he popped the spells as well. So I'm just moving in with my spears and helps to try to deal with him. Meanwhile, those Wild Riders and Sisters just keep annoying and keep cycle charging my infantry. And this is very bad for me to take a infantry heavy army, and without great bows. So this is a showcase of how not to build an army with Tomb King with just infantry and artillery. As you can see, artillery is still, like, my catapults are still firing at those Weight Watchers, but man, they took just barely minimum damage from my catapult shots. And my front line, I'm winning this engagement, of course, because Tomb Guards can just kill internal guards. I'm winning here because Satra and Tomb Guard and Tomb Prince is far superior in this engagement here. And I'm holding Delphi with a spear with a Tomb Guard helps unit and a spear 2 Tomb Guard helps unit. So ideally this is a good fight, but we'll see. And then here I pushed in with another spears from here to just hold these guys a little bit longer. And Delphi is coming in, and he's getting onto those catapults. Here is a very... Okay, so I want to comment here as well. Normally, if you push in with a solo lord, and there were spears and 2 anti-large, as you can see, Tomb Prince and Satra on foot, both anti-large, and both armor piercing. So ideally, I should win this engagement like pretty handily, right? So because I'm surrounding Delphi with spears, and then I'm using the Satra and Tomb Prince to try to take him down. And here my Tomb Guard helps holding the infantry and spells in the knife. So yeah, this should be a very favorable matchup for me, engagement for me, because I can get a chance to just kill Delphi, I suppose. And then here is a very bad move for me, because I try to zoom those Weight Watchers away, but the thing is, Weight Watchers can fire while moving, so they can still dish back a lot of damage onto my Tomb Guards. Yeah, Tomb Guards has silver shields, they don't mind that much, but instead I can just ignore those archers and just wrap around, do some flanking maneuver here. As you can see, my opponent is using his cap to do the flanking maneuver, which is very effective. And I'm losing to... Basically, these 2 Tomb Guards are doing no damage for now. So I summon a Ashabi unit here. And here is something very interesting. So Delphi all this time is still solo fighting Spearman unit, Tomb Guard help unit, and Satra and Tomb Prince. He's got surrounded, but he somehow takes no damage because I believe the Sisters of Throne were casted a buff on him, and then he cast another buff. So Delphi is just very, very tanky when he's buffed. As you can see, he's actually winning in this engagement here. He basically took down Satra to half health while solo fighting everything here. These Tomb Guards actually made to those Weight Watchers, which is nice. And Delphi is just too good. He's just pummeling away onto the Satra. As you can see, Satra is clearly losing this fight. And here, I should have noticed these guys are chasing routing units. I should put them in as well. And yeah, I mean, Delphi took a lot of damage as well. So here, alright, I want to come on here as well. As you can see, both Satra and Delphi were low. And I did a very shitty move by trying to run away with Satra, because Delphi popped the Sword of Days on him. So I thought I can just run away, but instead I should have just stayed and dished some damage back. Because right now, if Cetra that died, pretty much I have no fighting power against Derthu. I blinded him and try to run away with Cetra. Like, this is a very shitty move from me. And also, the other thing I did wrong is, as you can see, Oshabi unit here, Tomb Guard unit here, very healthy, and also this very healthy Tomb Guard as well. They are supposed to be inside this blob fighting these guys, but the reality is they are miles away, and these guys are far away from the main engagement. And look what I got in the main engagement. I have a very dead Tomb Guard, very dead Skeleton Spearsman, very healthy Tomb Prince, given that, and a Cetra which is currently being chased by the Big Daddy Derthu and with minimum health. And Wild Rider comes in, there's no escape, Cetra is gonna die. And bam, he's dead. Alright. All this time my catapults are still firing, and my catapults really not doing that well in terms of dishing back damage. And as you can see here, finally I try to turn them back, but they're getting shot in the back by the Weight Watchers. So yeah, there's no escape for them as well, except chasing. And Oshabi unit were very healthy, but now because they are summoned, so they just crumble over time. And also, okay, so these Tomb Guard unit actually make them way back, so which is nice. I still have some chance if I can get Derthu down here. As you can see, I get a nice little surround here and try to just do some damage back. Derthu is actually taking a couple of hits as well. So yeah, right now Derthu is running away from a Tomb Prince.
Sacrifice them!
All right. And Derthu is coming back. He wants more blood. He's buffed with Full Seeker as well. And he popped Sword of Death again. And let's speed up. Alright, Derthu is almost gone, and bam, I'm dead. So yeah, as you can see, the kill count on Derthu is just absolutely insane, and these are all on anti-large infantry. Like, these are all on Tomb Guards and Skeleton Spearsmen. And Derthu pretty much just single-handedly killed Cetra the Imperishable. Yeah, so with better micromanagement, I think I may pull this off, but man, look at the kills on those two War Dancers. They killed absolutely that, like pretty much all. They both killed 2 infantry units, I should say. Like 180 units should be the size of 1 infantry, right? 2 infantry. So yeah, I don't know. I think a better call would be replace those catapults, because they're really not doing that good in terms of dishing damage, and get some great bows. But again, great bows might lose to Weight Watchers, and still a very skill matchup, I should say. So yeah, that's it about this video. It was a very close battle. I really enjoyed playing against Romulandwag, and as always, if you guys enjoy my video, please consider to subscribe. I really appreciate that, and I will come back with more videos. Rocket Boss is out for now. Peace.